Hi, Harrison.
Hi, Mom.
Well, here we are, episode 6 of the sHeroes journey.
Wow, that's a lot of episodes.
It's halfway.
Oh, wow.
Today is tests, allies, and enemies.
So, tests? What kind of tests?
Well, not like your test that you just need to complete tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I think I'm going to use a little of my background knowledge, but I believe you're kind of talking about like a test as in like a test of yourself, like a test of like an achievement, like something like scoring your first goal in soccer, like that's a test to like see if you can achieve that.
What about chess?
Oh, like chess, yeah, like a test. You're testing your opponent. That like you're playing each other and seeing who's gonna come out on top and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's super interesting.
Okay, but what about the enemy part of it?
Well, your enemies, I think you should respect them, but you also have to, you have to, in like sports, you have to play hard against them, but you also have to, in chess, you have to try and kind of get under their, under themselves and like find what they're gonna do, figure them out. So that's what Barry Kasparov, a famous chess player, did, which won him 24 consecutive years of the championships.
Wow. Well, have you ever had an experience where an enemy became an ally?
Yes, I think I have. One of my friends who's a friend now, he's not a big friend, but he's one of my friends. His name is Finn, and he used to be my worst enemy. I really didn't like him at all, but then he became nicer. I don't know if it was actually like something I did. It might have just been him getting older and more responsible and stuff. But like, I maybe a little of both. So, anyways,
It's kind of good to get older and more responsible, isn't it?
yeah.
How
And
about...
you're very responsible.
Well, I do my best. I do my best. But I think that, sometimes when you're in the middle of tests and trying to figure out who's your friend, who's your enemy, what am I learning here, it doesn't always feel really good, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's hard because at the same time, you wanna know who your friend and enemies are, who your allies and enemies are. But at the same time, if you put too much trust into one person, and just that one person, if that person becomes an enemy, or that an enemy becomes an ally, you really have to spread out your enemies and allies so that it's not like, well, I'm talking more about allies, you're not going to spread out your enemies, but like, you're going to try and have more allies than one, because if you just have one ally, that can go away like this, but that's, you want to try and have multiple allies.
How do you help yourself find more allies, find more friendships?
Well, I think you do that by, one of the ways that kids do it is through like sports and teams and classes and like a part of being together can create allies. Another thing is, even if someone's in opposition but you really admire them and they admire you and you become friends, that can create an ally. So that's what I think.
So you don't have to have everything in common to be able to get along?
No, you really don't. I don't think you have to have, because me and my friend Hayden, he's a left foot. I'm a righty. He's way taller than I am. I'm way shorter than he is. He lives in a really, really nice neighborhood. I don't live in... I live in a different neighborhood, It's just, it's you don't have to be the same to be allies and enemies, but you can make comparisons, or even none at all, and still understand each other and be friendly to each other and be cooperative, and ultimately, basically, you ultimately will create a nice allyship, or in a different case, a not so good enemyship, but
Better friends, not so good enemies anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking about is how sometimes, do you ever feel like you have a battle inside of yourself? Like your
Yeah.
own worst enemy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I agree with that, because sometimes I'm like, I really think I should do this test, but another part of my self is like, I'm really tired, and I if I did this right now, I probably wouldn't get a good grade. And then another self is, but your mom would be happy if you did it. I'm like, but she wouldn't be happy if I didn't get a good grade on it. So I usually end up listening to my other self, which is, don't do it until the next day, and have a fresh, rejuvenated mindset and just feel good. And that's what I'm doing today.
Yeah, sometimes we just need to pause to have a fresh, rejuvenated mindset.
Great.
Sound good?
Yeah.
I sure love you, babe.
I love you, Mom.
Thanks, friends.